we are going to explore something that is, I mean, it's around us every single day. Music.
Right. It's everywhere.
We're going to break down how music works, why certain instruments sound the way they do, and, how this universal language has evolved.
From, what, ancient scores all the way to the streaming services you use right now?
Exactly. It's a perfect blend of history, physical science, and just cutting-edge technology.
To really understand music, you have to start with sound itself.
Yeah, the physics of it.
And what's so fascinating is how something completely invisible, just energy, is translated by your brain into something recognizable.
And emotional, even.
Totally.
So sound isn't magic, it's physics. When an instrument is played, say you hit a drum or pluck a guitar string,
It immediately starts pushing air molecules.
it creates a ripple effect, and those vibrations travel through the air as waves.
And those waves are moving fast. I mean, really fast.
How fast are we talking?
Under normal conditions, sound travel is about 767 miles per hour. And when those waves reach your ear, they make your eardrum vibrate at the exact same rate. Your brain then processes that signal into the sound we hear.
So the key thing for any musician is the speed of that vibration. We call it frequency.
Right, frequency.
If the instrument vibrates really fast, you get a high note. And if it vibrates slowly, you get that deep, low bass sound.
It's a direct relationship between the frequency and what we call the pitch. That's the foundation of everything.
And this relationship, it even shapes the world around us. Think about a big concert hall.
Oh, for sure. The architecture isn't random at all.
Not at all. Those buildings are specifically designed to manage those sound waves.
Using materials that reflect the sound, making sure the energy reaches every single person in the audience without losing its power.
So physics gives us the raw ingredients, the sound waves. But how do we organize them into music?
Well, that's where music theory comes in.
It's basically the rule book.
Exactly. It's the study of how we organize sound so it makes sense to us, the listeners. And the most essential element is rhythm.
The heartbeat of the song.
Yes, rhythm is the pattern of sounds and silences that moves the music forward through time. It tells you where you are and how fast you're going.
Okay, so if rhythm is the heartbeat, then the melody is maybe the face, the part you recognize.
That's a great way to put it. The melody is that sequence of notes you hear as a single unforgettable tune. It's what you hum later.
But music gets much richer when you add harmony.
Harmony is when you play two or more different notes at the exact same time.
Sometimes they clash on purpose, right? To create tension.
Oh, absolutely. But often they blend perfectly to create a sense of, richness or satisfaction. That layering adds a lot of depth.
Beyond that, we have dynamics, which is just the volume.
Yep. Super quiet to incredibly loud. And then there's texture.
Texture describes how many layers of sound are happening at once. A solo flute, for example, has a very thin texture.
Whereas a full orchestra playing all at once has a really thick, dense texture.
And finally, we have form.
Form is the overall plan, the structure of the piece. It tells the listener where the music is going.
Like how a pop song has a verse and a chorus.
Exactly like that. Classical music just uses different, carefully planned forms to guide you through the whole experience.
Understanding those 6 things, rhythm, melody, harmony, dynamics, texture, and form, that's the key if you ever want to write your own music. It's the language.
Now that we have the blueprint, let's talk about the actual building materials, the instruments.
Okay.
Instruments are grouped into families based on how they physically produce sound. Each family brings a very specific kind of tone.
We usually talk about 4 main families, right?
Okay.
Plus keyboards.
That's right.
The string family, violin, guitar, cello creates sound by vibrating taut strings.
And the player changes the pitch by pressing down on the strings, which shortens the part that's vibrating.
Then you have the woodwinds, flute, clarinet.
With those, the player has to blow air into a tube. Some, like a clarinet, use a tiny piece of wood called a reed that vibrates.
But a flute doesn't have a reed.
No, with a flute, the sound is made simply by the air splitting across a sharp edge. It's a different mechanism.
And that's different from the brass instruments.
Very different. It's not just that they're made of metal. The technique is key.
The player vibrates their lips.
Exactly. They vibrate their lips directly into the mouthpiece. That tiny vibration is then amplified by all those long, coiled metal tubes.
And that's what gives them that huge, powerful sound.
And the last big family is percussion.
This one's easy. Anything you hit or shake.
Drums, bells, triangles, cymbals, you name it. The complexity there isn't so much in the instrument, but in the incredible rhythmic patterns they can create.
And keyboards, like the piano, are kind of their own special category.
Right. You press a key, and that triggers a mechanism that either hits a string or, activates an electronic sound.
So when all these specialized families come together in an orchestra, they need a leader.
They absolutely do. They need one person to guide them, and that's the conductor.
The conductor is the leader. They make sure everyone starts, stops, and plays together in perfect time.
And it's so much more than just waving a stick around. They use that baton to signal the tempo, the speed of the music.
They also signal the dynamics,
Yeah.
how loud or soft to play,
What's really crucial is that the conductor has to master the entire musical score.
the written music.
Yes. They have to know every single part for every single instrument before they even step on stage. If the musicians lose eye contact with the conductor,
Everything falls apart.
it drifts out of sync almost immediately. A great conductor takes all that technical stuff and adds their own artistic vision to it, turning notes on a page into a real emotional experience.
Okay, let's shift a bit and look at how music has moved through time, how it's written down, and how we listen to it.
The system we use to write music, musical notation, has a really long history.
It didn't just appear overnight.
No, not at all. It started out incredibly simple. Just little marks above the text to help singers remember if the melody went up or down.
And now it's this incredibly precise language.
It is. It uses 5 horizontal lines called the stave to show pitch. But those lines don't mean anything without the clef.
The clef is the road mat.
It is. It tells the musician where the pitches actually start. Then you have time signatures, those numbers at the beginning.
Which organize the music into measures and tell you how many beats are in each one.
Reading music is basically like learning a new language. A song can be played identically whether you're in New York or Nairobi.
And the printing press changed everything for music.
It made it so this written music could spread all over the world. But today, composers often use digital software instead of paper and pen.
And speaking of technology, the way we listen to music has gone through this huge transformation.
I mean, think about it. Before the late 1800s, music was only live.
If you weren't standing right there, the sound was gone. Forever.
The phonograph changed everything. It was one of the first machines that could actually record and play back sound.
It made music permanent. Then came vinyl records.
Those big plastic discs with tiny grooves that held all the sound information.
My parents still have some of those. Then came cassette tapes.
Cassettes were revolutionary. They were portable, and you could record your own mixes. It made music personal.
But the real leap in sound quality was the compact disc, the CD.
CDs were digital. They didn't use analog grooves. They used lasers to read tiny data bits on the disc. The sound quality was just so much better.
And now, of course, we're in the age of digital files and streaming.
You can carry thousands of songs in your pocket on your phone.
It has totally changed how we find new artists and share music, though I still know people who swear by the warm sound of an old record player.
Oh, me too. But as we look at music today, we have to look globally.
It's called the universal language, but it has so many different dialects.
Exactly. Every culture has its own styles, its own instruments, its own scales and rhythms.
In the West, we mostly use a 12-note scale, but in traditional Chinese music, for instance, they often use a 5-tone scale.
The pentatonic scale. And that small change from 12 notes to 5 gives the music this really distinct, eerie, and sort of ancient feeling that's unique to that culture.
And in a lot of African music, the complexity isn't always in the harmony.
No, it's in these incredibly complex, layered drumming patterns.
Polyrhythms.
Polyrhythms. And these rhythms have a deep function in the community, often for storytelling or passing down history.
So while all these traditions are alive and well, modern technology is creating completely new ways to make music. The studio revolution.
It really is a revolution. A high school student in their bedroom can now make professional-sounding music that used to require $1 million studio.
And the brain of that modern studio is the digital audio workstation, or DAW.
Right. It's software on a laptop that's basically a complete recording studio. You can record, edit, fix mistakes, add effects, layer hundreds of tracks.
And a central part of that is the synthesizer.
A synth. It's an electronic instrument that doesn't use strings or air. It uses circuits to create or mimic almost any sound you can possibly imagine.
From a flute to a futuristic robot voice.
And the key to making all these electronic parts talk to each other is MIDI technology.
The musical instrument digital interface.
MIDI doesn't send audio. It sends data about the note it's pitch, how long it's held, how loud it is.
So one keyboard can perfectly control a bunch of different digital instruments at the same time.
That's it. It's amazing.
What's also amazing is how deeply Music is now integrated into all our media.
Film scores, for example. They are written specifically to tell the audience how to feel.
It's so subtle but so powerful.
You know the feeling. Fast, loud music during a chase scene makes your heart race.
And a soft, sad piano just immediately tells you this is a sad moment.
Video games use it too, not just as background noise, but as an interactive element that changes based on what you do in the game.
And advertisements use catchy tunes, jingles, because they are proving to help you remember a product.
We've covered the science and the tech, but none of it matters without the human element.
Dedication and practice.
Exactly. Becoming a good musician requires regular, focused practice. Most teachers recommend at least 30 minutes to an hour every single day.
To build that muscle memory.
That repetition builds more than just strength and coordination in your hands. It builds discipline. It's much better to practice a small, hard section slowly until it's perfect.
Than to rush through the whole piece, making the same mistakes over and over.
And the benefits of music education, they go way beyond just learning an instrument.
Yeah, studies show that music students often do better in subjects like math and science.
They do, because learning music reinforces complex ideas like fractions and spatial reasoning.
It also dramatically improves your memory. You have to recall all these complex rhythms and fingerings.
And then playing in a band or a choir teaches teamwork. You have to listen to each other and cooperate to get a good result.
Ultimately, learning an instrument is about building confidence. It gives you an incredible way to express feelings that words might not be able to capture.
Music really sits at this intersection of ancient history, physical science, global culture, and just this rapidly advancing technology.
It demands patience and practice,
Yeah.
but it offers huge benefits, from building your brain to just relieving stress.
Mm-hmm.
And even with all the incredible digital technology we have, the live concert experience is still unique.
It really is.
Technology just can't fully replicate that feeling of being there, seeing the performance, and feeling the actual physical vibrations of the sound traveling through the air and hitting you.
That energy is irreplaceable.
Good luck with your studies.